Looks like we might actually be live.
Yep, I'm just waiting for the chat, but that's the usual procedure.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Happy Hippy New Year!
Hippy Gnu Year.
Well,
All the coolest hippies.
we've got some wild beasts in here, so they count as wildebeest.
Yeah, they will help you with the hippie canoe.
Well, we've got Lisa. Hey, Lisa. Lisa's one of our hippy Gnu Year people. Are you a hippie, Lisa?
I grew up in that era, hippies and all. Make love, not war. What are you doing down there? It seems like the peace sign has turned into the Mercedes Benz sign, though.
Is that Cecil and Snowball down there breeding?
Yep. Matter didn't want to come
Good
out.
boys.
He wasn't running away. He's just like, I don't want to do it. He sat
Didn't
on
want to
his.
come out 2 days in a row.
Yeah, he's been coming out pretty much every day. It's just he didn't feel like it today. So he's got cardboard in his cage. When I put a little extra cardboard and he doesn't run out, he wants to stay and chew it. So I should have taken it out this morning, but I didn't feel felt like taking away a baby's toy. So I go back to all the cardboard will be turned into dust. What are you doing? No, you're not going to eat it. You can step up if you want, but you're not going to eat my shoes. Okay? No, you're not going to eat them. They are not breakfast. I already had breakfast. Well,
So we've also got GTH2 who joined us as well. So hello to you.
hello, GTH. I've got that big light. What do they call it? That 4 foot light that a certain someone sent to us. It's now out in the shed, so it's a perfect spot for it. I have that all set up. I could actually cut wood, but not today. What I did do today was I I finished. I still have to make copies in different formats, but I finished the day book, Peach's day book. 366 days. So of quotes from Peach with the pictures.
Don's been a busy bee.
1.3 gigabytes. Yeah, it's in EPUB format. It's a little bit bigger in PDF format. What are you guys doing down there?
Looks like happy training.
Oh, that's nice. What a good boy, Cecil.
Mhm.
So I will be putting those up there on Patreon for those who want them. And some people I will just be sending a copy to, or at least pointing you to a place where you can download it. So
Sounds great.
yeah, it was a lot of work. Well, I knew it would be work, but it took a lot of hours to put that together, even though I had quite a few. I had about 8 months worth of quotes of Peach that I could use, and then the rest I had to generate. So what are you doing over there?
Looks like it's frisbee time.
Oh no, you're
So has,
taking it, huh?
has anybody made any New Year's resolutions?
The birds might have, I haven't.
Snowball's resolution is to play more frisbee.
Yeah,
Cecil's is to train more flock members.
he's starting out well in that.
Mm. I think my budgies made that too. Today I saw the first time that the Boopsy, the green one, brained Bowie, the blue one.
Oh, that's nice.
I think he wanted that a long time to do, but Booby wasn't so sure about his skills. Well, he is now about 1 year old, Boopsy, so I think he now can be considered as an adult budgie, and maybe that's the reason he has settled a bit.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, lovely boys.
Mm.
I wonder what Sugar is up to this year.
He's gonna try not to get caught.
Mm.
Caught playing.
I'm not sure if she has thrown that overboard.
Either she's gonna go all in and has decided that she wants to reinvent herself as a new fun and sociable bird, or she's just gonna be like, no, I'm gonna go back to my statue roots.
Mm.
We'll have to
And
see
Shuggy
which one
looks
it is.
like the one who thinks at New Year's Eve, like, I could do martial arts next year. And then sits 3 days later with a Seko on the couch and thinks like, oh no, maybe next year.
Next year, definitely.
We love you, Shug. Yes, we do. So GTH thinks that 2024 is the year of the Triton. Babaloo goes to rehab and Pippa starts meditating.
What kind of meditation, though? Will it be like mindfulness meditation, or will it be Sith meditation? Is she just gonna focus on her anger and hatred and turn into an attack pip?
There's a question.
And Spirit Matter joined us, so hello, Spirit Matter.
Hello. Cecil, you can say hello. Yeah, I'm doing it. I can say it.
I guess Lorelei plans to do a new closing chew record.
Fine. That's the one she had every year.
Yeah, there are people who have the same every year, actually, I think.
Yeah.
Snowball, what are you doing down there? Making a nest or what?
And Falcons is here and wishing everybody a happy 2 year.
Happy to you.
Happy 2 year. Good one.
That's good, yeah.
You serious about sleeping up there, Sugar, or what? Grinding your beak?
Whatever she does, she takes it seriously. And if
Isn't
any
Manda
chatters
today in
have
the
any
room?
questions for us or for Don, let us know.
Vander
No,
wouldn't.
no Manda today.
Didn't want to. He wasn't
Oh.
adamant, but he's got cardboard in his cage he was chewing on, so he's like, no.
Oh, okay, he's busy.
He's got something more important to do in his book. What are you doing, big boy? All right. You want me to lift you up there?
And we have Coolio who joined us, so hello to you. It says my notifications haven't been working for YouTube. Yeah, that seems to be a whole YouTube-wide thing. I've seen other channels complaining about that as well. So I think it's just the powers that be just messing with it all again.
Yeah, I think they notify only on the ones where they have a chance to make some money. So if they have something that's going to make them more money, they'll notify people about that and ignore the other ones.
Yeah, it's really dubious. Even I don't get all your notifications, and I actually have hit the really every notification section here. So you can choose like that every notification, no notification, some notification. It's a mess. It's YouTube.
Yeah.
My prediction for this year is YouTube will be about the same as MySpace in 5 years.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah,
my
it seems like there's more and more disgruntled YouTube creators.
Mm.
So
I've
yeah,
read
that'd be great.
about a new scandal about Google. They have to pay 5 billions, I think, for harming privacy of users. It was something about the Chrome browser that when you hit the privacy mode, that actually activated tracking everything about you.
Oh, really?
Yep,
that's cool.
it is.
It's like I'm not surprised.
No.
No, but it's really a shame when you offer such a thing like a no tracking promise, and the person who hits it, so then you get super suspicious for them. That's just like
Yeah, there's VPN companies that do that kind of thing too. If you get a VPN, you want to get one that says they erase the data after, consistently just erase the data as they're going along. That way, if they get some kind of subpoena, they can say, we don't have the data, we can't do anything about it.
Mm.
Less and less of those companies around though, because
I always thought that was the fun about VPN.
well, VPNs have a couple of purposes. One is to protect you so that people can't get in. Two is so that you want to watch something in another country, you can be in that country and the server there and watch it just like you were living there. So that's the VPN. But Apple has a private relay, which you can't do that with, but it goes through two anonymizers, so it is anonymous, and it's deleted at both points. So creates other problems. If you have that on, and you can run into some difficulties with banking and things like that. It depends on the bank, but
So I think we haven't introduced there's Coolio. No, wait, we talk about his notification. So yeah, hi from me too. I was so busy thinking about that. And there's a question by GTH. How does Cecil shred it or fold it into a weapon? I guess he was building a knife recently. That's at least what Don told me.
that's more Romeo. He carves up wood and makes he built a sword recently.
Oh
No,
wow.
But you sent me a photo and said it was Cecil.
no, Cecil doesn't carve wood like that.
But he sat at the window and was chewing something into a knife.
Oh yeah, that was one of those triangular pieces of wood. He broke the edge off and he was honing it into a knife. Yeah, that's large pieces of wood. Romeo turns them into either totem poles or knives or swords and things like that, depending on the size of the wood. He likes to shave the edges down. Pretty amazing what he does, though. What are you doing? This one takes paper and makes it into teepees. He'll bend them around, goes and crawls under them in his cage. It's kind of an odd bird. I have to throw an extra piece of paper because he likes to do that. Don't you, kid? It's either chew wood or make yourself a little home.
I think he wants to make himself a little home, and not only for himself, but Lorelei and future babies.
He's behaving a little bit better around Lorelei, but I only let them in the same room a couple of times a week because I have to monitor them, keep them from getting too, you know. But and then he gets a little upset with me, don't you? Like, why do you keep pushing me away from her?
Yeah, GTH reckons that the Romeo's wood carvings could be top tier supporter merch.
I lost
It's
some in the move. I lost some of them. They just didn't get transferred. I only had about 2 days to get my stuff out of that place, and we were for so long, and that's not much time to try to get stuff out of there. We had a pile of bird stuff, didn't we? Little boy.
But you got yourselves, and that was the most important.
Yeah. Had a couple of pretty cool teepees though, which could have teepees, not teepees, the totem poles. I could have put faces on them and things like that. I had one artist say she was going to make some cockatoo like faces to put on it, but she never did. You know how artists can be. They can be a little flaky sometimes. Can't they, see some?
I'm gonna wait till the right artistic mood strikes them. And sometimes it never does.
Well, back when I used to make jewelry, usually the mood would strike me when I lit up a joint, but we don't do that stuff though anymore, do we, kid? I haven't done that since before I had the birds. I was 35 or something when I quit doing anything like that. What are you doing, silly? That was good training though, because I used that training on. That's how with the right bit. That's how I got this one. Oops, what's going on here? Something. That's how I got her beak normal now. She's got a normal beak. Took about 20 minutes though. So 20 minutes with a diamond cutting blade for the Dremel. A cylindrical diamond blade. Works better on KK's beak too. I was using carborundum, but that doesn't have the same power as diamond. So, but she was sleepy the next day. Kind of her eyes were closed most of the next day. It was a lot of stress on her, but now it'll be easy to keep it normal.
And she looks very pretty now. And she's going to have to learn how to use it to preen all the others.
She's already learned how to do a real bite when she wants to now. So before she would nip at me and it didn't hurt, but now she can get you. She likes to do that when you're taking her out of her cage. Or if she's sitting on my chest, she will sometimes nip my chin. So just for fun, I think. What are you doing? Oh, thank you for cleaning that off. That's nice of you. Snowball. Are you going to bother Sugar? Is that what you're going to do? So if I have a little time tomorrow, I'm going to work on making some wood now that I have it set up to do that. I only have one electrical socket in the shed that works, but that's all I need. So there's electrical sockets all the way around the walls. I mean, there's every 2 feet there's an electrical socket, but none of them are hooked up.
That's silly.
Yeah, just a short cord and can drag it from the one end to the other. But I think they're getting bored of the same shapes, basically the same 3 shapes of wood that one company has. They've got other ones, but they're too small. They're just like crunch, crunch, and they're gone. So, and I've got enough wood to get started. I can make about 200 or 300 pieces right now. What do you say, Mister? What do you say over there?
Looks like some cookie things about diving down.
Price of wood is here.
What is Snowball inspecting?
Not sure what he's doing. What are you doing, Snowball? That's not a good place to try to get down, I don't think.
I think he can do it.
It's feeling athletic today.
Hey, don't eat the phone.
When it comes to hanging upside down, that's absolutely Snowball's thing.
He'll find a way, that's for sure.
And hello and welcome, Judy Raymond, wishing everyone a Happy New Year.
Hi, Judy.
Hello. Judy.
Oh, yeah, we have a question by Lisa. Watching stuff on the internet, a guy put some Vaseline on an African greybeak after doing the Dremel. What's your opinion on that?
I wouldn't put petroleum products on a parrot. So
yeah.
You don't actually need to put anything on it when you're done. Because they have a uropygial gland and they will see that gets done anyway. They'll do it themselves. So with cockatoos, they don't need to do that because they use it's just their dust that covers. But if you're thinking about putting something on a beak, you have to talk to your avian vet first. Anytime you put something on these guys, it's got to be avian vet approved. So, but I think petroleum products probably not the greatest idea. I don't know. I'd have to talk to a vet, but I just wouldn't do it because it isn't necessary, I don't think. Lucy's beak was all covered in dust within just a couple of hours. So Snowball, what are you doing down there? Yeah, if they show that kind of thing on the web that they're doing that, they should at least say whether or not it was avian vet approved. But just because you hear someone say it was, you still need to check with your avian vet because some people aren't always going to be telling the truth. So
Mm.
And there are some unscrupulous vets out there as well who are just not up to date with what they should be doing.
Yeah, yeah. Generally, avian vets are okay, but there are exceptions. The first avian vet I saw wouldn't even hold Chloe. So he said, "Well, no, I don't hold them. They bite."
And now we are back to the how was the test called? Cattle brood test, something like that. Cattle
What?
prod.
What?
Oh, cattle prod test. Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. I couldn't believe that a so-called avian vet wouldn't handle a bird, which means he was going to charge for doing nothing. He was going to hand it off to some person who was working, an intern who was working for free for the first year, and then he was going to charge. So I just responded, "Have you seen this? I'm leaving and I'm not paying. Bye." So,
yeah, it's like, sorry, but if you're a vet and you refuse to handle the animal that you're supposed to treat, then like, you can just piss off because you obviously don't know what you're doing.
Mm.
Jenkins once and one time, and he was holding Salamander, and Salamander managed to get him, bite him, and he goes, "Oh, that's the first one of the day." That was the first one of the day.
It's an occupational hazard. You have to be sanguine about that.
Yeah.
Man a bit.
Yeah. We didn't
Oh.
like being, want to be manhandled, so
Mm.
didn't want to be in
As
the
a little
towel.
baby, you have to be gentle.
Mm.
Jenkins just shook it off like, "Oh, no, man, no big deal."
Yeah, I think so.
He's more concerned that the bird is okay. Same with
Mm.
Dr. Young. They're more concerned that the bird is not being frightened or hurt or in any way traumatized.
Mm.
Beep. Yeah, there's all kinds of strange things you see on the web, people and on YouTube, things people do with their birds that you shouldn't do. But
Mm. Yeah, when they use like human treatment for animals, that's always a little, well, you can do oil or whatever in your hair so to make them shiny or on your nails, but it's human things, so it's your responsibility. But doing that on animals, it's critical, especially when you have no idea what you are doing. So most people think that the dust or so is an issue and don't even recognize that with parrots, it's actually their way of protecting their feathers, especially in cockatoos.
It's a feature, not a bug.
yep,
Mhm.
and it
And
keeps.
actually in the rainforest also, it's probably a good thing.
Yeah, it actually isn't good for them to breathe it either. But in the wild, they don't have a problem with that because it gets blown away. But it's fine when it's on their feathers, but they're not supposed to be breathing it. So
So
it's
that's Maria and Sunshine TV just dropped in to say hi, so hello to you.
hello. Hello.
And Lisa is wanting some more information about the uropygeal gland. So do all birds have it, and what's it made of, what does it do, etc.
All parrots have it, and it's right. It's at the top section of the tail, right, just after where the tail feathers start to come out. Just above where the tail feathers come out, just about the middle of the back. And yeah, cockatoos will occasionally put a little bit of oil on themselves, but not much. If you have a bird who can't reach it, it's going to swell up, and you're going to have to squeeze it yourself. I had to do that with peaches. So most vets will just say have it removed, but in that case, which is fine too, but you only have to squeeze it once a month or something, so it's not that big of a deal, and avoid possible infection of a surgery.
Mm.
But
You
it
don't
just
need
With
to go
with
removing body
cockatoos, it's
parts.
not that active like with other parrots.
no, they don't use it much. A little bit. They have to keep it empty, and it doesn't produce much in a cockatoo. But
Since with budgies, I see them use it all the time.
yeah, and you get something like an Amazon where they have a lot of it. They smell like patchouli oil, and the reason they smell like that is because of that oil gland.
Mm.
And they use a lot of oil on them. Those guys are
Sweet.
these guys are dusty, and the Amazons are oily.
Mm.
Maybe that makes them Italian. No, I didn't say that. Uh, hey, 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 Snowball, Snowball, no, Snowball, let it out.
Mm.
No chewing on the chair.
Oh, is
Snowball,
Snowball a
no,
naughty
hey,
boy?
stop it.
Maybe
He
it's
is
time to bring Pippa in since Mander isn't here.
no, she gets aggressive if he's over there in that spot, so I can't bring her in. Hey, at least not with only one hand, because I'm constantly getting up to drag her out of there.
Mm.
You're a good bird, but I don't want you chewing the chair. I gotta do something about that. Because it's right where he can chew into the cushion on the chair, and that's what he's doing. So
Mhm.
He looks very proud of himself.
yeah,
Absolutely.
he doesn't understand why I don't want him to do it. So I need to put a thicker like a towel or something under there. Probably that's all I need to do. That's a good boy. You're a good boy. No ball.
Mm.
So the
So,
European gland in
yeah,
cockatoos.
Lisa is curious about if that's why Rico swipes his beak on that area. If that's because he has the gland back there.
Yep, exactly. That's why he's doing it. To get the oil to get onto his feathers. Yeah. And the cockatoos do it occasionally too, but it's a rarity. In that they may do it once or twice a week. Just to keep they have to keep it from swelling up. So there may even be the occasional cockatoo who doesn't realize they're supposed to do that. But usually it's a discomfort feeling that gets them to do it. It's when it gets full. Hey, no, stop it. Snowball. Like, why are you telling me to stop that?
And there will be individual differences as well. Some will use it more often and some will use it hardly at all. Just depends on the bird.
Mm. Oh, snowbird.
Uh, maybe it's too much of a nest now. We'll see. He doesn't get aggressive though, so
Oh, Shuggy. And there's the Cecil with a rattle ball, a brand new rattle ball. Babaloo has now also rattle balls in his cage.
yeah, he gets the old ones.
Yeah, I could see one in his cage.
Yeah, he beats on them until they're broken. Slams them down the bottom of the cage.
When you weren't there, he was running in circles around it.
Well, they're interesting studying their physiology and the biology of these birds. There's just so much that actually is better than they're built better than we are. So if you lose your hearing, you're not getting it back. They regrow the hairs in the cilia in their ear that they use to hear with. We don't. So once ours are damaged, that's it. It's done. They grow them back. Now you're getting a little too friendly. Let's not get too friendly.
Oh
Well,
no, KK. You said you want to be less friendly this year.
I know. Love you too. You're a good bird, except when I have to try to give you medicine. That's always a fight. Well, it's because of the way they gave it to you, apparently. Good bird. So many things that their bodies do to protect them that we don't have. I mean, they don't have protection against poison in the air. That's nothing. They can't do that. They wouldn't be able to fly if they had lungs like ours that can handle some amount of poison. But they have a lot of special features like the renal shunt. So if their liver isn't working properly, they can bypass it. It'll give them a few more days for that liver to heal. Or if we get that, sorry, there isn't a mammal that has that. So your liver fails, that stops the whole process. The feather dust or the oil they have, which keeps the bugs off their body. The human body is about 102. The actual things living in and on your body amount to more body weight than you do. It's just there's more of them than there is of our own cells. What? What do you do? Mm-hmm. The beak is more effective at eating. I mean, they don't have to keep replacing their beak. It grows, okay, and it's got. Hey, you're whacking me in the head. Watch the glasses, kiddo. Watch them. Watch it. Watch it. You're getting too rough with that. Ease off. Ease off there, kid. What are you doing? Hmm? Eh, eh, eh. Hmm. A good bird, yes, you're a good bird, but don't start grabbing onto my arm. I know what that means. No, I'm not doing that. There you go. Stay right down there. Not only can their eyes see better than we can in much improved radius, 270 degrees from left to right and 90 up and roughly 80 down, but they can see into the ultraviolet and fluorescent, and they have drops of oil on the end of their sensors. So if they do look at the sun, they don't go blind like we do. There are some lights, some frequencies of light that can bother their eyes, but not like us. What are you doing? And the opposable toes, and you see if your dog picked up a spoon and started eating with it, you'd be probably have a heart attack and keel over, but these guys pick up things with their feet all the time. Right? Right. They work for that, don't they? And they don't have to go through that horrible process that mammals do in producing young. The egg with the shell is a much better solution, isn't it? What do you think? You think you should hit me with that? Hey, watch the glasses, big toad. See, hey, he's pulled the towel down. No, don't do that. No. All right, I gotta go do something over there again. Come here. Scoot. You wanna wait? Why don't you sit right here for a second? I've gotta go get him and stop him before he totally tears that chair out. You move.
Oh, Cecil,
And
that's
Bobble
the ball.
is calling in the background that this is actually his job.
Yeah, he hears Don shouting. He's like, "Oh, excitement! I need to get involved."
I think he's upset that he not even gets a chance to mess up something.
He just pulled the towel down. Hey. Snowball, you're ignoring me.
Snowball.
Snowball. There's a towel there. You shouldn't move two of those. Bob got the leg of that one leg there was chewing on it. I caught him before he completely destroyed it, but chewed about half of it. Snowball, no. Now he's found another spot to do it. You know what? Being a pest. Stop it. Leave it alone, monster. Hi. Sorry, I had to get up. Snowball. Net.
Has he got his bashy ball back now? He dropped it while you were walking.
Yeah, I gave it back to him. He won't take it if you hand him something like that. He has to figure it out on his own.
Snowball being, oh, I'm such a good boy. No idea why Daddy shouts.
Why would anyone shout at Snowball?
Mm. Maybe they think we shout for fun too.
Snowball. No.
I think so.
He just chewed a piece of wood off of that. No. Get out of there. Stop it. Little monster.
I think they like it when we shout. They think we're joining in with them.
They definitely like engaged conversations because that's what they also try to mimic when they do the human.
In this case, I don't think he likes the interaction, the fact that he's getting my attention. So I'm probably not working this, but I'm going to have to put another net on this one like I have on the other one.
Yeah. Never a dull moment with birds.
Just goes to show how training works in both directions.
Yeah, it does. The solution is hard plastic chairs. If they're hard enough, they can't be broken. These guys can break plastic pretty well, so. All right, you're gonna ignore it for a minute. Oh, we could just grab a frisbee and toss it to him and he'd stop doing that, but
GTH suggests to throw a frisbee to distract him. Maybe that works. Like when you play with my chair, I play with your frisbees.
Oh, here he comes, Nick. That got his attention.
Great idea, GTH.
Whee! Off he
Yoo!
goes.
We have a question from Coolio. If there's a particular corner a bird likes to attempt to make nests in, do you have an advice on deterring the behavior? Don?
Well, a lot of that depends on the bird and other factors, but some other kind of diversion, or you put something there they don't particularly care for, to keep them out of the area. Putting something else in that area is a good idea.
Although a little nesting is okay, it's just if they're getting out of control, that's you want to do something about it.
Yeah, if they're spending all of their time there or they're becoming aggressive, territorial, then you need to do something about it. When I first brought in KK, I made a nest area over there, and he would go into it when he wasn't when you could tell he wasn't feeling familiar in his environment, so he'd go over to the nest. But eventually he abandoned it. I took it out. I just took everything out.
One can put something in that corner the bird doesn't like, and one has to frequently replace it with other things the bird doesn't like, so he doesn't get, or she doesn't get used to it.
Yeah, they can get used to something like that, and then it doesn't act as a deterrent. That's what we call punishment. When you do something to reduce or extinguish a behavior, it doesn't have to do anything with what the average person considers punishment. Doesn't mean the same thing in behaviorism. You don't want this, do you? You want that? The other thing is to find something they're more interested in. But the problem is, if it's nesting, there aren't a lot of things. In his case, frisbees work better than nesting. He would much rather play with a frisbee than nest. But the key there is play. He will play by himself a while, but he prefers you to pick up and throw frisbees.
But I think it actually could work if you put things in the bird doesn't like, because when they nest, they want to have a cozy surrounding for their youngs.
Yeah, that's punishment. It's positive punishment. You're
putting in some whatever the bird doesn't like.
You're just adding something to reduce or extinguish a behavior. And it's in our toolkit. That kind of punishment's fine. You're just diverting them from an area. It's the last in our toolkit, but it's there for a reason. If you have a bird that likes to jump on the stove, you definitely want to use positive punishment to make sure they don't do that again. So, and in that case, it would be putting something they're really frightened of in that area. But all the birds are not to have anything to do with stoves. They don't want any part of them. So And I never have them hot enough to hurt them if they did land there, but if they're out. Most of the cooking that requires some heating on the actual stove is done while they're in their cages night. I used to make their breakfast in the morning, but now I make it at night, and that way I can get it to them faster. So their breakfast takes about an hour to prepare. So are you done playing over there, Snowball?
Look at how cute he is. He's just sitting there on his little frisbee, like, hi, I'm adorable.
He's a wonderful bird, aren't you? Hmm? Are you a wonderful bird? Oh, I can't go by his cage. If his frisbees end up being either tossed on the bottom of the cage or they go flying out of it. So he'll sit there looking over a frisbee. Can you get this for me? So here's my bend over exercise where I have to do a lot of bending over to get a frisbee for him. Another. That's what he's my drill sergeant. This one, getting her medicine in here, is about. I started giving medicine to everybody else. I take her food and put it in a different spot in her cage. It's a little harder for her to get to. So, and then I come back after about 20 minutes when she looks like she's starting to preen, and then I give her food. So she's picky. She won't take it first thing. So, and this little monster, I have a long stick with a woven basket. Looks kind of like a cup. It's built like that around the end of it. And I use because however they gave him his medicine, he doesn't want to see a syringe. So I have to get that woven basket, which of course is soft, on the backside of his head and keep moving his head around until I finally get to where I can get the medicine in his beak. He will do all kinds of acrobatics to keep me from getting the medicine in there, and he was off of it for a while, but he's back on it because he was starting to chew his feathers again. So I guess he's going to be on it for life. Once you get a bird that starts cycling like that, you take them off it, and after a couple of weeks they start tearing themselves again. You're simply going to have to keep them on it. What are you doing? What are you doing, Cecil bird?
Well, Lisa wants to know if Rico feels sad without a parrot companion. She's had him 32 and a half years. So I would think not, because I know Lisa and Rico are a cool couple. But what do you think, Don?
Unlikely. And it can cause more problems to bring in. First of all, how are you going to choose a companion? They usually choose their own, right? So if you bring in another male, they may not like it. You don't want to bring in a female because if they did bond, then you're out of the picture, buddy. They aren't going to pay any more attention to you. Cecil pays a lot of attention to me. Bring in Lorelei, and I don't exist. So
yeah, the thing is the parrots. If I don't know if Rico is wild caught or bred in captivity, but usually
Wild, I think.
yeah, they were in this kind of environment from very young age on, so they basically don't know it how it would be in a flock. So that's what Don means when he says they are functionally autistic. So they might have a yearn to being social, but yeah, it definitely bears a lot of risk to add another parrot to, especially the the larger species, because it's not that easy to get them separated. So with the budgies also, it's like you put one big cage to the next big cage, and then they can get to know with each other. So doing that with big parrots, it's not that easy.
No. And I've got all the training behind me. I know a lot of people, I don't want to learn this and I don't want to take the time. Well, when I brought KK in, if I hadn't had the training that I've had, and he was going after other birds and with the intent of actually tearing into them. And he's not like that now. It wasn't magic. I didn't sprinkle fairy dust over him. I used ABA. And it took about a month and a half to act. Now, I mean, Mander can sit right there. He'll look at him, but he doesn't go after him. And when he first got here, if Mander just started moving a little bit, he was on him, boy. It was just. And now I've got, I bring Pippa in here, and he used to go after Pippa too. He'll look at her, but he doesn't go after her anymore. He doesn't want her on my lap. I can get her there. I've had her on my lap recently. So he's getting better about that. But I couldn't have done that without the training. And there's the training, and then there's using it too. I mean, you learn how to do it, and you apply it, and apply it. And the next thing you know, you have birds that are getting along most of the time. But you have to know what to do with if they don't get along. And what are you going to do if you're bringing in a bird and they start fighting? How much do you value your fingers? How much do you value your face? I don't value it that much. I'm going to protect the birds before I worry about anything else. But you got to think about that. What are you going to do? Because when you put your hand between the two, they'll try to protect you. And the way they try to protect you is biting you. So it's almost as if they're saying, I've got this, back off. But
yeah, you have to have pre-planned what to do in different scenarios.
And that's where the training, Animal Training 101 online. Dr. Friedman, she only does that once a year, though. It's a great basis a solid basis in applied behavior analysis as it applies to parrots. But Animal Training 101, even though they don't show any parrots in the training, this training works for all animals. So works on your partner, husband, your wife, works on your kids. It works on everything. You can have well-behaved kids by using animal training techniques on them. It was designed for autistic children, essentially, in the beginning. So it works on everybody. And once you've done some training, you've gone through that, then when you hear me say something like, don't pet them, below the neck, and then you see me do it, you don't go, well, you just said not to do that. Yeah, but I know what I'm doing. I understand this particular bird, and the situation we have allows me to do it. You try doing that, and you're going to blow it if you don't know what's going on. So I've got a bird that's already mated to me. I don't have to worry about petting it below the neck unless it starts to get excited, and that would be because you don't want their hormones raging. So, but again, it's one of those do as I do, not do as I say, not as I do, because I've got the training. But anybody can get the training, and it's only $400 for the Animal Training 101. And that's you can sit down and watch 20 minutes, and then later in the day, watch another 20 minutes. And you get tested on it. By the time you're done with that course, you'll be able to redirect behavior. I've got Mander back in here now, and I've got Bob okay with a harness on him. I just have to make sure he doesn't dart off. Cause is getting better. I mean, since we moved here, it's been a problem. Peaches held that. Peaches was the glue that held a lot of behavior down. Before that, it was Coco that was the glue. So this one doesn't tend to get involved in that kind of thing. He's good at helping the other birds feel good about being here, but he's not great in situations like that. He tends to just sit back. If one where Coco and Peaches would they were calming.
Yeah, Peaches showed absolutely that she doesn't like that fuss when it went too wild.
Yeah. Yeah, she was good about that.
And
Well,
Coco actually put a stop to that.
yeah, I'm going to, as I say, I'm going to be putting up on Patreon the Peaches Day book, which is 366 for those leap years, right? 366 quotes from Peaches. And it took me quite a while to put this book together, but I'm going to be putting up there in PDF format and also in EPUB if you're and also in the Kindle format, so you'll be able to get it in all three formats. Big file though, it's 1.3 gigabytes. Big because a picture on every page of the quote. So
maybe a last question from Coolio, who would like to know what you did exactly to get KK to get along with the other birds.
exactly, I can't tell you exactly.
Well, I was adding the exactly.
Okay. That was a lot of different techniques that are involved in applied behavior analysis. The first thing I had to do is work to get him to trust me. So I had to develop trust, and then I had to keep an eye on him, observe his behavior, and see what he was reacting to, and develop what we call a functional analysis, where you look to see what they're doing and what the consequence is that they're trying to get, because everything's done for a consequence. You don't go to work for the fun of it. Well, some people do. They go to work for it. But if they're going to work for the fun of it, then that's the consequence. If they're going for the paycheck, then that's the consequence, right? So you look to find out what function their behavior is fulfills in their life. So initially, I put out a box for him because he liked to go in boxes and he felt comfortable. He'd defend the box a little bit, but that way I could put him in the corner. And then slowly I just worked. Whenever he would explode and chase after another bird, I would separate them and calm him down because I'd already established trust. So I'd calm him down using the techniques. And then I just kept working it like that, bringing in birds so he could sit next to other birds and getting them used to each other. Yeah, there's a lot to it. I mean, the toolkit in ABA consists of a number of tools to change behavior that you don't want, okay, or to create behavior you do. And then there's the tools that you use just to get trust and to make them more comfortable in their environment. And all of this is so that they do it on their own. You do not want to have to be telling a bird, no, 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 like I had to do with Snowball earlier. What you want to be able to do is to have them make the right choices on their own. So you hear most people when they've got dogs or, oh, do this, sit there. You don't work that way with these guys, especially. You don't want to have to do that. No one wants to be told, do this, do that, in that kind of form. You want to get them well, they like doing it. Snowball originally played with lids off the tops of jars. Now he plays with frisbees, and he spends most of his time playing like that. And I developed that over time, from jar lids that were that big to full-size frisbees. And he'll actually play frisbee. If you get him up on the ropes, you can toss frisbees to him. He'll pick them up and toss them back. There's a lot to it. And you're using different techniques for different situations as they develop. So I wish I could make it a simple thing. Not. I mean, you could pick it up. You can learn that all this stuff in a month. The average person can pick it up in a month if they're paying attention, taking the class. And if you do take Animal Training 101, it is $400, but that all goes to a nonprofit. So, and Dr. Zelix is amazing. She trains right now she's training seals and sea lions to be able to be operated on while they're wide awake, because you can't give them a general anesthetic. They tend to die under general anesthetics. So anyway, folks, thanks for being here on the first day of the new year, the Gregorian New Year, anyway. It's different in China, and anyone who uses the lunar solar calendar, this is definitely not the first day. But for those of us on the Gregorian calendar, you have anything to say there, Cecil, before we go? Just preen. That's where his European land is, right? By the way, it's right there. So, okay, guys. Thanks, Anna Maria, and thank you, Eleanor, for being here and moderating.
Thank you, Don, for the stream.
Yeah, it was great to see the birds in the new year.
You want to play us? As we go out, you want to play us a tune? No?
Play the ending theme.
Usually he will tap it when I give it back to him, but he's not doing it now. We will see you all you guys on Wednesday.
Yeah. So have a great
Bye.
time. Bye-bye.